Hello everyone, I am your host Warrior Angel and welcome back to Total War Attila. It has been a little while since I've actually uploaded any videos onto the channel for reasons which I have explained in the small little channel update I released on Saturday, but if you haven't watched that yet, basically just down to university, but it's one of those things. Nevertheless though, I am back. I will be uploading videos again on a regular basis. And if you haven't checked out the video yet, go over and have your say in which Total War Warhammer campaign you would like to see me play as of this Thursday. So far, it's pretty open. I'm pretty happy with any faction that you would like to play as. The only thing about the Legendary Lords, I feel a little bit tempted to go for the ones which haven't already sort of made a big hit already. So, for the example of the Empire, maybe if I play as an Empire faction, I'd rather play as Balthasar Gelt rather than Cal France, if that makes sense, or something like that. But nevertheless, go over there, have your say in which videos you would like to see me play this week. Nevertheless though, we are here to play Total War Attila, so we're continuing now as the Eastern Roman Empire, where we're going to start this off with a battle. It seems that the Garamantians have laid siege to Argilla, and judging by the fact that it says I'm attacking the Garamantians, I presume I've decided to make the attempt to sally forth rather than fight them in the settlement. This is I think I went with the idea originally, because despite the fact what the balance bar says, and we're going to check out what the scout terrain says in a second, I feel pretty comfortable about this. The reason why, as you can see, the enemy consists of 3 units of desert hurlers along with their general, whereas I have 2 units which can use defensive or stationary testudo. And I've got units guard equites horsemen that should be able to deal with these pretty easily. So my plan is really to see about sheltering them from the storm, so that put up with all the stones, and hopefully I'll be able to fight them out then in melee. We'll just have to see how it goes. According to the map, over here we're pretty flat. It's pretty exposed, pretty open, slight hill but nothing major. Whereas over here the enemy looks like they've got several sand dunes, it looks like, that they could deploy behind. That could be a little bit problematic, but we're just going to see how it goes. But nevertheless, we'll be fighting this on the battle map, so I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay then guys, let's get this going. It seems to be a pretty dry day. We've got sand as far as the eye can see stretching into the horizon. Not the most ideal place I would like to fight a battle in if I was a soldier, but to each their own, I guess. So, let's have a look-see. Looking on the bar here, the map, we can see that most of the enemy deployment zones are actually pretty out of sight. You know, the line of sight is not that good. I can't see what's going on over there. So I'm just going to have to try and rely on things the best I can. Let me see. Let's shrink this down. I don't particularly need that up. In fact, let's just get rid of that completely. So let's see. Now, if I was a guessing man, I would say the enemy will be deploying either behind here, or I would say around here. I'd say more tempted to say here, just because there's already blocked by this sand dune here, and it's pretty near the front, so they can actually make their way pretty easily over. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my 2 units of infantry, and yes, they have stationary testudo, not defensive. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to deploy them up here on the top. I want to have a little bit of an incline advantage if I can. Plus, if I deploy them here, I could hopefully see down the side of here a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is just going to deploy them facing the enemy, but stick them right here. And, oh, okay, that's handy. So I know the enemy general is right here, so yes, they have deployed at least the general behind here. And if I had to guess, I'd say the rest will probably be around here then. It's probably along here. So what I can do, I can bring my soldiers up then and try and get them to come towards me. Get them so they're the ones who are going to have to tire themselves out to get to me, I reckon. That will help out in the long run. And then I'll just form up a defensive testudo or stationary testudo and just allow them to waste their arrows on me. I want to try and get a little bit close though, just because I'm going to try and be sneaky with the equites, and I don't want the equites to have to charge along the battlefield in case the enemy decides to advance. So yeah, they're happy there. Scout equites, where am I going to put you guys? Now, oh actually I forgot, the scouts, I can deploy them out here, I'm not used to that. Okay, so I could actually deploy them all the way around the side of the enemy's one himself. It's a shame I can't go too far and actually deploy it right behind the enemy's defensive line. That would have been funny. But we'll try our best. What we're going to do, I'm going to deploy them actually right here. What will allow me to do, they're currently hidden by the sand dune. I'll be able to try and sneak them up and allow the enemy to get to me, and then rely then hopefully on this sand dune, or maybe to come along here and use that as a protection thing, so I can actually, in fact, let's move them a little bit down into the gully bit. So sneak them up along here, get them behind this sand dune, and then we'll be able to charge over the top then and attack the enemy. So that sounds like a plan. Start the battle. What we're going to do first of all, we're just going to allow my troops to wander into position quite slowly. There's a unit of hurlers. Let's move the rest of the troop. Like I said, I want them to try and waste their time from running at me, so we're not going to move too quickly. We're just going to take our time nice and slow. Thing. When it looks like the enemy is getting too close, we're going to form up into defensive, stationary testudo. I keep wanting to call it defensive after what it used to be called. So I will put them into defensive testudo and then allow them to just continue throwing. If we're lucky, we might actually have the enemy try to attack me. That could be useful. We'll see what happens. Alright, my troops got anything nice and handy to say? Nope, can't hear anything. Fair enough. I do like, one of the things I do like about the later Total Wars, like Attila and Rome 2, is the fact that they made the people a lot more realistic. You know, you can actually hear people commenting and talking, and that's in the thing, which I know in cases like the Roman legions, that would have been really a bad thing to do. But I just like it. I think it's just a little bit more realistic to have them actually talking to one another, and you know, cursing the enemy and that. I think it's just pretty cool. Alright, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna rest the one now. We're gonna get one of my equites in position, so we're gonna run them up here. So yeah, get you guys here. Oops. And then, nope, I told you to deploy here for, oh crap, I forgot, didn't realize to pause the game. Don't know what happened there, must have accidentally hit the one button. Okay, here they come. And already now they're already starting to use their attack. Hi there guys, my apologies for this. There seems to be an issue when it comes to fighting this particular battle. The Fraps is really just, I don't know what's happened. It doesn't matter if I'm using Fraps or OBS, or I'm trying to record my audio separately or together, but just something about this battle is making it so Fraps is constantly stopping on me, like it's seizing up, and even the same with OBS. But here's the highlights. Fortunately, my combatants and spears have decided to run away, but we've managed to hold on with the rest of them. My infantry, my cohorts, have managed to do an excellent job fighting off the enemy slingman thing, and we've managed to drive off now pretty much everyone. We just need to try and kill off now the enemy general. Now luckily my own general hasn't died, that's something, but unfortunately it's the fact that he ran off. The Comitanistas did not do really any good against the Desert Chieftain. If it wasn't for the fact that I had the other troops available, I would have probably lost this. But there we go, battle is mine. I'm just going to take a second, see if I can kill off their general, just because I like doing that. Just heard someone shouting, has anyone got any water? Yeah, I've been I just noticed that. I've been practicing recently. Okay, now one of the things about me, I am British, but for those of you that aren't from the UK, but I apparently don't have a unique, regional accent for when it comes to what I talk. You can often tell I'm from England, but you wouldn't think that, or from the UK, but you wouldn't know which area. Like, am I from Birmingham or from London and that? It's one of those things. I tend to say water, right? That's how Londoners often speak it. But I've been saying a lot of water today because we've been talking about it in my class. So, yeah, my practice done. Anyway, there we go. Close victory. I don't think it was that close, to be honest. We only lost a third of my men, and I managed to wipe out the enemy army. But that's what they count. In fact, they've managed to kill them all. So what we're going to do, we could take on the warriors, get 3% back, just kill the captives thing. To be honest, I'm not any of those really not that fussed about. Let's go for kill captives. Hopefully though, the FAPS issue now should be sorted now that we've finished that battle thing, because it has been an issue for when I've been trying to record now. This is like the third time I've tried to do it, and I'm bearing in mind time, since I've actually been invited to go out and watch the new X-Men Apocalypse film today. So I need to keep an eye on time, make sure I record this before and get a render in before I go. Okay, so that's that done. I finally managed to finish that battle. Hallelujah. So now we've got the bigger issue now, what to do with the Empire at large thing. As you can see, we still haven't lost anything. We've got a... Oh, I didn't realise that. Huns. So we've got the Huns up here, that is at Pannonia, but they've got all my settlements, Viminicum, right next to them, so I have to keep that in mind. Axum managed to take one of my territories of Egyptus, the Berenice region, and I'm not sure what they're going to do. They got a large army, to be fair. They got a full stack here, in fact. And I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to try... Let me see. If they try and come up here, they're not going to be able to get to Oxyrhynchus. I'm probably butchering the name, my apologies. But we're not going to be able to get that until at least 2 turns. And if it does go, it just happens to be the army. If they come to Attila, they've got this fleet here. It's a small fleet, but they could actually attack it. Okay, in fact, if I choose this, just double check. Yes, the fleet could attack, and they could maybe bring in that... Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and sort of fortify the area as much as I can. So what I'm going to do, if I bring the 10th Legion, we're going to move these down to Attila. Not sure how effective it's going to be if the whole army, if they do attack up here, but I can hold off the fleet at least. So that could be something. Unfortunately, there's not really much I can do here. I do need to sort out the issue I have with sanitation. Let's develop this, and we're going to spend a little thing on the waterworks. With the 2nd Legion, we're going to move them down to here, just so we can cover that eventuality. Even if they try coming over land, then they're going to take a little while to get to Alexandria. Plenty of time for me to be able to move my force back up. I can also take the time now to try and recruit some new men as well. So what we got? Got more Combatanensis spears, Combatanensis spears I should say. I'm not too fussed about them. Cohors, they've been doing okay, but the Palatina would be better. In fact, if I click one of these a second, open this up, what's the difference between the two? Palatina are 15 gold, denarii, shall we say, more than Cohors. But these have got extra 12 attack, slightly higher charge bonus and melee defense. In fact, there isn't really a lot. The Palatina doesn't have any javelins in that to use, but they do have access, seems, to both stationary testudo and what looks like the steady ability. That would be pretty useful. What I'm going to do, I'm going to actually get a couple units of these. So we're going to get 4 of them. Because what will happen is that even if the enemy tries to march up towards Oxyrhynchus, if they could let me know how to pronounce that would be greatly appreciated. But if they try to march up here, they'll both get there by the time my units are pretty much done, hopefully. And if they try to attack Attila, at least I can say I'm going to be in a relatively defensive position. What I'm going to do, I'm going to recruit some more troops here just in case. So that will fortify in the 10th Legion. Now, we've still got the issue with the Garamantians, but we're just going to try and hold them off the best we can. They seem to have been a bit busy. They've actually managed to... They got a full stack at Sabrata. That could be problematic, but my main concern at the moment is to deal with the Axum rather than the Garamantians, so we'll bear that in mind. Let's level him up as well. Since he's going to be on defensive, is there anything we can use to try and help out? Let's give him... Nah, let's not give him Epic Ponent. He's okay for that. What we're going to do, though, is going to give him Legatus, so he can increase his authority. So this will help out with the morale for the force just a little bit. And every little bit helps, doesn't it? That's the Palestina. To be honest, I'm not too fussed about it, apart from building that up. This is one of the areas I've accepted I'll probably lose if I go to war against the Sassanids. So I just accepted that. We're going to have to go for it as we do. All these chaps need to be upgraded. I'll go through them all in just a second. And we do have the Lakhmids here. The Tanakids. Are the Tanakids actually at war with anyone? Because I can maybe persuade them to try and join war against someone if they are against the Sassanids. Let's find them. They don't like me. And my relationship's deteriorating quite quickly. Why is that? They don't like the fact they've given gifts to Armenia. The treats to have the Sassanid Empire, the Sassanids. They don't like anything about the fact that we're against the Sassanids. They're actually at war with the Sassanids, which is all well and good. I'm not going to declare war on them, but what I will offer is, let's offer you a gift. It's only a small gift, but that might help out a little bit anyway. Although, didn't they have a princess? I could have swore they had a queen. That's part of their thing, if I remember right. Oh well. Okay, what's going on over here now? We've got the Huns raiding outside Sumerum, which is problematic, to say the least. And it's two big stacks as well. I don't know how well they are, but they look pretty big. I've got Viminicum right here. That's not got a big garrison. In fact, it's still just a level 1. And I haven't got the money to upgrade it, so... To be honest, if I lose Viminicum, I lose Viminicum out. Serdica is actually a lot more defensive position than Viminicum. So I'll try and hold this the best I can. Okay. It's interesting looking at this. The last time I remember seeing this map for quite a while was... I was playing a co-op with my younger brother. You can find his channel on my channel. So check these out list. Woody Entertainment. And me and him have been playing this. I've been playing as the Visigoths, him as the Ostrogoths. And I've managed to pretty much conquer all of Greece as the Visigoths, which was quite interesting. So I got the same issue with the Huns, but I managed to capture Sumerium, and that's my sort of fortification, stop the Huns from coming down here towards my heartland. So I'll have to keep an eye on what they do there. If they wipe out Sumerium, it'd be a ripe opportunity for me to go and colonize it instead, and have a better bulwark against them there. What I will do, I'm going to have to keep the Emperor here, just because the public order... In fact, how is public order? Okay, it could be okay. This could be doable. What's the issue here, anyway? Food. We're actually still quite low on food. Bugger. And I don't have the money to sort this out. That would actually solve my food problems, but I haven't got the money until next turn. That's okay, we'll just keep it as that. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to deploy... No, let's just keep him here. No, let's keep him there, just so we can keep an eye on things. In fact, can we... set up an ambush, just in case? Some of that might be useful. Oh, too far. Oh crap, I forgot. You can only do things like that when you've got half your action points left. Bugger, my mistake. Okay, let's... No, I think that's everything I need to worry about. Let's just chuck a whole bunch of these into the military courts. I'm pretty happy about doing this. It will help out my army a little bit, and just help out bits and pieces. Seems that Flavius Revenius has died. That's a shame. Oh well, it happens. And... let me see. No one's particularly disloyal. I've still got a couple of... No, I can't assign any more governors. Okay, I think everything's done for this turn. In fact, let's... Oh, I need to go for all of these. Okay, let's just do this. We're going to get you as that. We're going to give... I'm just going to give every one of these, basically, the Legatus ability. Especially you. You're lacking quite a bit. Eutropius, my eunuch, is definitely need to get that sorted. And let's just give you artist. That will help out a little bit. The thing is, even though he is a eunuch, he's only 1 point away now from being neutral. And thanks to all the extra stuff, especially with the mod that I use, which allows me to, which modifies these a little bit. So for example, this would give me +2 authority here, then say +3, +4, +5. So it is possible to have him, so even though he's a eunuch, to get his stats up reasonably high, just leveling these up. So don't put him out just because he's capable of having children. Okay, let's continue. No. Let's modify that. Let's get a little bit more extra money coming in as a landowner. I'll put you in a governor position for a reason because of that. So let's do that. And let's do that just to help out with the public order. End the turn. And let's see what happens next. Now London does look like a massive battlefield. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 armies all around it. I remember reading on the Total War forums about Britain and how the AI seems to approach the game. Britain, especially with all the factions already there, like the Picts, the Saxons, the Picts, the Caledonians, and the Albanians. And it's pretty much been described as sort of hell. That is where people go to die. Ooh, okie doke. Okay, here comes the Huns. Now, unfortunately, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to survive this. There's just so many of them. I can maybe hold off a couple of their horse infantry thanks to the stationary testudo, but there's no way I'm going to hold this. So I'm just going to auto-resolve and go for protective to see how this works. $31 lost. And there goes the settlement. Okay, it's a shame that I want them to continue laying siege to Sirmium, because like I said, if I can capture that, right, it's zone of control, and the fact that it's a province capital, so with the walls as well, would be a very useful place for me to try to hold that approach into my empire. If only the Huns would actually do what they're supposed to do and try and attack anyone who isn't the AI. Okay, his mission failed. It happens. Okie doke. Let me see. We'll decree this one. Let these chaps get through. And someone's become charismatic. Oh, that's good. You've now become more authoritative. That's good. And now we've got a food shortage in Dardania. Because we just lost there. Okie doke. Unfortunately, there's not much I can actually do about this. I did want to keep... What was the regions I was trying to use? Because I had this one here I was going to try to use for something, but... Yeah, we had the military building here I was going to turn into infantry so I can start getting that. So let's get that going. We need to sort out food as well, so let's get that. And growth will be pretty useful, and then I can convert that over to the reservoir and just get high levels of sanitation in the whole province. But no, we need to sort out food to start with. It looks like I'm not going to have much choice in the matter. I'm going to have to, unless... Is there one of the... Let's close this. Is there any of the admin buildings that would actually give me food? No, they consume food. How about these? Any of these give me food? Wine market. Okay, unfortunately, Serdica's going to have to bow down a bit, so we're going to have to demolish that. I want to try and keep the lead deposits, although actually it's not going to be doing that much. Whereas getting the ability to recruit cohorts could be just useful in the area. So what I'm going to do, let's get rid of the lead mine. It's not going to be much use otherwise. I'm going to have to swap that over to food. In the meantime, we're going to build up the force here a little bit. So another unit of these, and that will all be sorted. Down south. So as you saw in the end turn phase, the Axum has decided to try and attack there, but luckily they didn't do anything bad. I can't see where the army's gone to though, so it could be coming up towards Oxy when this place, which is problematic, or it could be thing. Let's just have to see how it goes, I guess. Can we recruit any agents in the region? No, we cannot. We can't get a priest. This could be useful. We've got any good ones? Spread religion, commercial. Spread religion could be pretty useful in this area, just because of, especially when we go up against the Sassanids, because of the sheer amount of different religions that you have. You've got Zoroastrianism, as well as all the ones that the Lakhmids, Axum, and that all follow. It could be useful to be able to convert them over pretty quickly. And he is relatively young, but these guys are even younger. Let's go for Scalaris. Eutropinus, Favinius, Regulus. I'm just terrible with names today. My bad. Yeah, we can get you going. Next turn, I'll bring him down here just so we can start spying out the area. Otherwise, I think that's really everything I can do for this turn. This we need to sort out. So let me see, what is the best thing to go for? If I spend 2,500, this will give me access to level 3 barracks and Legio instead of just getting cohorts. If I go for these, I can get cow pens and stables and a governance estate. How much money do I need? 675. Personally, I would like the option to get Legio. I reckon that could be pretty useful. So where could I get rid of get some money back? Let's go back here. Infantry ground can stay for the moment. The food I'm going to have to sort out in the region. I'm losing a lot of money because of this. 25% of my wealth is actually disappearing just because of that. So we need to sort that. Okay, let's get the research going so I can get Legio. And we'll go ahead now and end the turn once more. And let's just hope that the Huns don't decide to do anything too nasty to me. Londinium. Oh, the Saxons have managed to capture it. Okay, the Geats now have declared war on us as well. This is the issue. I'm relying a lot on the income I'm coming from the Western Romans, and unfortunately, that is one of the things I wish the AI did, was maybe just focus a little bit more on attacking the other factions as well. Ooh, sneaky. Very sneaky. Okay, what I can do then, I have to double check the... Crap, I forgot that I forgot a thing. Let's... Disengage. Let's get one away from there, guys. Okay, this does leave a small possibility, perhaps, but a possibility I could attack the Huns with both of my units, both my armies. At Serdica, they would have got the reinforcements from this turn's recruitment. My Emperor hasn't done too badly in terms of thing, and I did notice a couple of their units did take casualties, but we're going to have to deal with this. We've captured an own man spying on our troops. He's already admitted his guilt. What should be done with him? Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, this time now we can actually get the infantry grounds going. At Serdica we need to get fields, so let's get that. So yeah, we did... this army is pretty strong. I mean, let's have a look what they got. 1 year of Steppe Lev, a bunch of Steppe tribes, people and bowmen, and their horsemen. This one is about the same. They have taken some casualties, which they haven't had the chance to replenish. They have picked up some of these better units, such as the Hunnic spears and these Bosphorian warriors. Second tier heavy melee troops, which are pretty decent, especially with the damage I noticed. You might notice as well, just that thing, that their morale has actually got a bit of red. It's actually lower than it should be. This is because of the faction traits mod that I use from Prometheus, which for the Huns actually lowers the morale of their infantry. So if you're playing as them, it sort of encourages you to play with horsemen, because then your morale is going to be pretty decent in comparison. Okay, we're going to have to deal with them. I can actually... let's sort these out. In fact, what's the difference if I upgrade the Legio? Well, for starters, it seems that they've actually gained a lot more experience because of this. They get extra little bit of ammunition. The stats aren't really that much. I don't know if it's really worth the thing, but I will upgrade them because it'll just be useful. So let's do that for you. Alright, let's just do all this. Okay, so the issue I've got is that I'm not going to be able to rely too much on eliminating my own archers if I try to attack them, because I haven't got much. Whereas the enemy, they do have a lot, especially with their horse archers. But I've got plenty of people who can enter into a testudo, so hopefully I should be able to manage. In fact, yeah, stationary testudo, I should be able to be okay if I wanted to attack them. That, though, I would deal with in the next episode. So, yeah, everything else seems pretty smooth. I do need to deal with Axum coming up here. So, what we're going to try and do, in fact, is this. I'm going to just ensure everyone is upgraded. In both the... oh, you guys didn't recruit the Legio like I told you to. And you charged me for the money as well, no doubt. Okay, what we're going to do, the Axum I don't think are able to attack Alexandria things, so if they're heading straight towards her, they can lay siege to it if they want. What I can do then in my next turn is, when they lay siege, I've got a pretty decent garrison here, considering that got the Palatina Guard from the Governor, a couple of Legio and stuff like that. What I can do is, if they try to attack Alexandria, I can bring in the armies from, maybe not so much the 10th Legion, I'm happy to keep them there and deal with them, but I can bring in the reinforcements from here, ready to attack them as well and fight them out. Anyway, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to do, I would... let me see, let's get some Legio. I think that will be the most useful thing. So what we're going to do, we're going to wait and see what Axum does, and then I'll be able to deal with them. But otherwise, guys, I'm going to end the episode here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the fact that I have returned once more. Like I said, if you haven't checked it out yet, go on to the channel update video I posted on Saturday and have your say in what Warhammer faction you would like me to play as when it comes to playing Total War Warhammer. As I said, I'm pretty open with whatever faction is going to be played. I'm happy to play whatever. Just bear in mind that when it comes to Legendary Choice Lords, you're welcome to have a say which one you would like to see. But personally, I'm feeling it just to try out some of the other ones which aren't a big deal. So we're talking Balthasar Gelt, Azag the Slaughterer. You know, maybe not, well, whatchamacallit, I can never pronounce these names. Heinrich, the vampire counts, well, a vampire counts is Necromancer, the legendary lord. Just trying out those ones rather than the faction leaders that everyone else is going for. So go over there and check it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye for now.